When I was a young lad, I loved me some Super Smash Bros. I mean, who didn't? You know how it is. Invite some friends over, equip yourself with a GameCube controller and a can of gamer juice, and enjoy the thrill of the hunt as Mario pounds the life out of his Nintendo brethren. When it works, it works. It's great. But sometimes you can't invite your friends over. They're busy, they have stuff to do, and maybe you don't have friends. So when it was announced that Smash Bros was getting online, I was pretty hyped. I can smash anytime, anywhere, anybody. But as I sat there using a landline telephone instead of proper voice chat, inputting friend codes, waiting minutes to connect, and then rewarded with Pikachu and Donkey Kong phasing in and out of reality with a solid 3 seconds of input lag, I realized some things were too good to be true. The later games improved this quite a bit, but it was never perfect. You'd still have lag, connection issues, all the things that turn a fighting game into a crying game. So I've been waiting for some Smash Bros equivalent on a non-Nintendo system. It's been a long wait. A lot of fighting platformer games have released over the years, but they never really felt quite like Smash Brothers. Comparing something like Brawlhalla to Smash is like comparing Tekken to Shrek Super Slam. They're all fighting games, sure, close, but no cigar. PlayStation All-Stars showed promise, but its bizarre KO system based on ultimate attacks took away everything that made Smash fun in the first place. The character selection was also a bit iffy, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Cat from Gravity Rush and Big Daddy's pretty rad, but do we really need both the guy from Infamous and the same guy from Infamous, but he's evil? Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl had loads of recognizable characters, like Squidward, I think that's him, but it suffered from its low-budget presentation, the lack of voice acting, and overall polish that apparently limited its critical and commercial success. At least, I'm assuming that was the case. I didn't buy it, I'm just repeating what the IGN review says. So when it comes to Multiversus, WB's attempt at replicating the Smash formula, I didn't have a ton of faith in the project. It didn't help that it was announced as the company's response to a popular meme that was already irrelevant. Like, it's funny, Shaggy gets beat up by Batman, I'm laughing over here, but you need to give me something more. I figured at best we were looking at a Cartoon Network punch time explosion situation, and at worst, Space Jam 2 2. Just shoving brand recognition down our throats until Bugs Bunny finally dies. And now that Multiversus is out, I gotta say, I'm quite surprised, if not shocked. It's got some pretty big numbers on Steam. Everybody I know is playing the game. It's the hot new trendy big thing. And I like it. I genuinely do. It feels like Smash Bros, but on the Xbox or the PC or the PlayStation, and it plays well online. As we learned with that Nickelodeon game, presentation does matter, and this doesn't feel like a cheap cash grab. There's a lot of care put into it. I love how Tom and Jerry are just fighting with each other, and everybody else just gets in the way. Velma drops her glasses, and she keeps pushing them. It's kind of funny. And Jake stretches. He's stretchy. Each map has a charming orchestral remix of the TV show or movie it's based on. Characters have dialogue that changes based on who they're fighting in the context of who's winning.
Ugh, never trust a clown in pigtails.
It helps that the voice acting is often provided by the actual voice actor. For the most part, I'm gonna assume that Vin Diesel didn't go record more lines for Iron Giant. Fairly certain this isn't the real LeBron James. The gameplay itself, I mean, that's the only thing that matters, right? Sure, you could just say it's a Smash clone. You hit the opponent, you build up the damage, you knock him off the stage and take a dump on him. But there's a lot of changes too. A lot of stuff that keeps it semi-fresh. Movement is good. It's not too fast, it's not too slow, not too heavy, but not too floaty. It's kind of disappointing we don't have wave dashing or L cancels. I don't know. That'd be fun, right? Wave dash as Batman. A lot of the combat's based on those combos. A few good punches, a side special, an up smash, an up special, a sandwich attack, you know the drill. There's a lot of sneak attacks. There's boxes that explode, mouse traps. I'm gonna say Bugs does this stupid rocket thing. Lots of planning and placement. While individually an attack like Harley's Bat Plush Bomb is kind of useless, it doesn't do that much damage, it's quite useful if it contributes to some larger play. Each character has its own class, its own strengths and weaknesses, just like Smash, but they're pretty easily defined on the character select screen. I like that. I like the game telling me who this person is. Finn's an assassin. A Superman's a tank. He looks like it. Bugs Bunny is a mage. Steven Universe is support, because he can't do anything himself. You have special timed attacks or perks that you can't spam, like a Batarang or Velma can only say so many words. Iron Giant does this. Shaggy can charge up his Super Saiyan and he can cheese the fight with the side special. Or you can just use it to goat somebody off the side of the stage and spike them. Recovering off the stage is really easy. They give you a lot to work with here. You get 2 air dodges, 2 jumps, 2 up recoveries, and even some special moves that push you horizontally. And all those wall jumps. Now, if you spam an attack, you get attack decay, which is a thing in Smash. It makes the attack weaker, so you try out different moves. But in this, everybody knows that you did it, and it's embarrassing. When I talk about spam, I gotta talk about Taz. Taz sucks. I hate Taz. Not just in the game, but in every form of media. Now I hate Taz. I hate looking at him. Just spam that same move. And yes, I know there's ways to beat it. I get that. But for that first week, it was awful, especially in 2v2. You just be playing a match and a Taz will sneak up on ya. It's terrible. I hate you. I do like the 2v2 mode. It's a nice change of pace and adds additional strategy. Character matchups actually kind of matter. You want somebody that complements your playstyle and movement. The support characters really come into their own here, like Rain Dog. I mean, just look at him go. I didn't know how to feel about the perk system at first. I know Smash Bros. Had something similar to this. It's really subtle changes. I haven't had a game I felt I'd win or lose just based on their perks, except maybe the main character perks. The fact Shaggy can use a sandwich to go Super Saiyan faster that's a little OP, right? I guess you could dodge it. I suppose this goes without saying, but the online works. It's much better than it was in Smash, which makes sense because that's the focal point of this game. Stuff loads in quickly, you never feel like you're waiting too long. I've had a few drop games, but that might be more of my internet's problem. I do need to reset my router. Now, this isn't to say it's a perfect title. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not game of the generation. There's a few things I do not love. The first thing that comes to mind is that monetization scheme. Now, I get it's free to play, and I think in this case it makes sense. You aren't going to build a Smash competitor that costs $40 to play. You need people invested in the game on day one. But does it really justify charging like $20 for a Batman skin? I mean, I bought this Harley Quinn skin from the animated series, but I'm not proud of it. I don't like any premium currency that can't be earned in-game. If I've paid for that battle pass, give me a few of those gleamiums. Come on. That battle pass is pretty meh at best. There's a few neat things in there. I get it's technically pre-season, so the full thing will be more substantial. But right now, there's not a ton of content at launch. Again, it's free. Think stuff like items, special modes. You know, if you want to be a true Smash competitor, you kind of have to do some of the fun stuff. The character selection is good, but not great. WB's got a lot of properties under its belt, and I have a few suggestions if the devs are willing to listen. We could get Harvey Birdman, Rosie the Robot, Shaken Meatwad, Coach McGurk from Home Movies. I think WB owns Larry David. Wolf Blitzer? Can we do that? Can we do Wolf Blitzer? And Tim from The Life and Times of Tim. He's going to be my main. I'm hoping this game works out. It's looking good so far. People are playing, people enjoy it, but a live service relies on that live service element. Consistent, substantial updates, and right now, it's good. We got a Rick coming, a Morty. I'm assuming Dwayne The Rock Johnson is Black Adam. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh boy, this is going to be the next Smash Bros. People are going to be playing this thing forever. Because so many things can go wrong. Yeah, so this game's off to a good start. To the point where I kind of had to make a video on it because I wasted last week playing the game. And so, that's why you got this. This is right here. I'll try harder next time, guys. I promise.